Are you doing all the right marketing activities, from posting on social media, emailing your list, building your funnel, but not seeing the conversions that you want? It might not be your offer that's the problem. It could be lack of proof. Enter the micro case study. Unlike long form testimonials or drawn out case studies, micro case studies are short, powerful stories that spotlight specific client wins in a way that builds immediate trust and authority. And the best part, they are incredibly easy to use at every stage of your marketing funnel. Hello and welcome to another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. I'm your host, Jennie Lyon, and today I want to show you how to create and use micro case studies to showcase your results without writing a novel, build trust in just a few seconds flat, and supercharge your funnel at every level of the funnel. So let's jump right into it. So you might be asking yourself, well, what is a micro case study? Well, a micro case study is 100 to 300 words. It's a story that really outlines how a specific client worked with you and what specific results they achieved. It includes just enough detail to show that you know your stuff without overwhelming your audience. So again, unlike those full case studies, they're bite-sized. There's something that's really quick and easy for you to create, and even easier for you to sprinkle in throughout your content. And here's why they work, and why testimonials, at least in this day and age, aren't enough. So testimonials, of course, they're great, right? But a lot of times you'll see that they often lack context. So a micro case study takes things a little bit further, maybe a step or two further, by showing that specific challenge that a client was facing and the solution that you provided, and of course, the result that they experienced. So here's a pro tip. People trust stories more than they trust sales pitches. And we already know that storytelling drives that emotional engagement, which is going to help your conversion rate. Next up is, how do you write those micro case studies? There is a formula. It's a pretty simple 3-step formula, so you might want to take notes. So you start with the problem, right? What issue did the client have before they started to work with you? Just jot that down. Next is the process. What did you actually do? Get specific here. What did you do to actually help them? And then move into the payoff. What result did they see? Bonus points if you can quantify it. So really think about those different pieces as you jot this down. So here's an example. I pulled a couple together for you. So one of our clients had a 78% cart abandonment rate, which is insane. So we redesigned their sales page, we rewrote their email sequences, and we added a retargeting campaign to this particular funnel. And within 30 days, they increased their completed checkouts by 52%. So that's a huge win, and it's a really easy way to showcase exactly that, the problem that your client had, the solution that you offered, and what results they achieved. So here's another pro tip. This is something that I do. I keep a Google Doc. You could use a Notion board or Asana, whatever system you use. But I like a Google Doc where I can collect all of these really quick wins as they happen so that I can pull from them whenever I need them. Next up is, where do you use these micro case studies within your funnel? So you can really use them in a lot of different places, and they can do a lot of that heavy lifting for you. So if we're looking at the top of the funnel, you can use them within your lead magnets. You could sprinkle them into your blog content, even your social media posts or your emails. Anywhere that you can kind of drop them in that's going to create curiosity and draw in new leads. And then, of course, you can put them in the middle of your funnel. So this is a great place to add them into your nurture email sequences, your landing pages, anything or any place that you need to pop them in that they are going to help overcome objectives. And then, of course, the bottom of the funnel. So we like to place them near pricing, in the checkout, and even in very clear calls to action. So if someone's going to book a call with you, then you can use those micro case studies to reinforce the value of your offer right before that conversion point. So another pro tip is to mix them in. Mix them in with your long form content. You could drop one right into your webinar script, or if you're doing a long form blog post, anywhere that you can squeeze them in where it makes sense that you pop in a relatable proof point. So here's some other real world examples. So you could add one of these micro case studies as a short win in your about page. Of course, you should definitely be using one in every single sales page. You could even post them on Instagram as stories. They're really fun to use as before and after highlights. You can also include them in your weekly email newsletters as maybe a client win of the week. And if you want to see one in action and see how we highlight a lot of our client success stories, then subscribe to our newsletter and you'll get to see them week after week. Next up are pro tips for repurposing. So this is where you can take one micro case story or study and turn it into a lot of different things. So you could turn it into a testimonial graphic, a short form video, or like an Instagram reel or a TikTok video. You could, again, add it as a story highlight on Instagram. You could create some sort of beautiful quote card that you could share. You could do a carousel post, again, kind of that before and after transformation that people can kind of swipe through. And you could even use it in a proof-backed lead magnet. But a pro tip here is don't create just once, don't do it just one time. Instead, think of this more as like a library, something that you can really build upon and reuse these different types of micro case studies across different campaigns and platforms in the future. So this is where we're going to build out your bank of wins. That's really where these micro case studies can really shine and become really powerful. So to do this, I have a little bit of homework for you. So if you need to pause and grab a paper and pen, please do so. So first, we're going to start by brainstorming 5 quick client wins. So just write down 5 of them that you've had maybe in the last month or so. Then use our 3-part formula to write out those different micro case studies. Once you have those, keep those in like a Google Doc or somewhere that you can easily access them. That way, when you sit down to work on your funnel, you're working on a landing page, you're creating some social media content, you're writing nurture emails, you can just pull them right in, pop them in, and voila, there you go. And of course, if you do need help crafting them for your own brand, we definitely offer this as a done-for-you service under our copywriting services. And we even do them a lot of times when we're doing sales funnel audits. This way we can really help clients see how they can plug these powerful stories into their overall marketing plan. So as you can see, micro case studies, they're small, but they're mighty. And if you're tired of telling people over and over what you do, and you really want a way to show them how you deliver results, then they can definitely be your secret weapon. So if you're ready to turn your results into repeatable proof that converts, then please reach out and book a free strategy call with my marketing team. You can always do so at jennielyon.com/marketing. They are standing by really great with this type of thing and can help you to create not only your own micro case studies, but really any part of your marketing strategy that you need help with. Okay, well, that's what I have for you this week. I hope you found this content on micro case studies helpful. I hope that you carve out a little time this week to start to create those and really start to pop those into your marketing. I want to start to see those popping up everywhere. So start sprinkling those in, and I'll see you next time on another episode of Digital Marketing Made Simple. See you soon.